I'm someone who has done my MBA from one of the top 30 Ivy League schools and one of the top schools in India. And of course, I have had experience being on the other side, and I've reviewed applications and essays while being in the committee during my time in the official MBA program as well. So whether it is Harvard, whether it is ISB, whether it is NCR, top MBA schools are always looking for certain things, and through this video you will be able to avoid 6 popular mistakes that a lot of people make. 6 MBA application mistakes to avoid. Hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Shatakshi Sharma. I have been making a lot of interesting content around MBA, around management consulting, around public policy, and of course been running a very interesting podcast on CEO Diary along these topics and around leadership as well. So feel free to hit on the subscribe button and like button so that we know that you are motivated about this topic and you always get notified whenever the next video is out there on these topics as well. So let's directly dive into this topic. Number 1 mistake is writing generic essays and non-personalized essays. Admissions committee can always sense from a mile away if this is a copy pasted or a cliched essay. They do not want to hear things like I want to develop leadership skills or I want to develop empathy. They really want someone who can actually share his or her unique story, share the challenges through which you actually went through, share how did you develop courage, integrity and other values that you have gone through. So one actionable insight for all of you could be to maybe use the famous STAR approach, which is situation, task, action, result. MBA essays are all about being self-aware and self-regulated. So you have to really look deep within and really generate very high quality personalized essays rather than cliched and copy pasted essays. So that's mistake number 1. With that we move to the second mistake, which is overlooking the importance of GRE and GMAT score. Schools do take GRE and GMAT score extremely important, though that's not just the only criteria that they overly depend upon. But you need to make sure if you haven't cracked your GRE GMAT in first attempt, take multiple attempts. It's absolutely fine. But it is one way through which schools are able to gauge your academic potential or academic intellectual, because the kind of employers who eventually come to these top schools actually demand a lot of intellectual rigor from the job. So it's okay if you haven't been able to get your dream score in the first attempt. What's really more important is, have you taken many more attempts after that? In fact, schools really appreciate that, showcase certain level of resilience, certain level of commitment to the program. And by any chance if you're not able to still get them, it's good to maybe use the optional essay and comment and talk about how your weakness in the GRE GMAT score could be compensated through the mathematical intellectual work that you have been doing with your employer, or maybe with respect to your grades in undergraduate institute as well. So there's a second mistake, not taking your GRE GMAT scores well in advance. The third one is lack of school research. Once again, I have applied to multiple schools, and what I realized is you cannot just pick up one essay and sprinkle that to all the schools. While there may be certain level of commonality, schools absolutely hate when same essays are going to everywhere, right? Even I run Global Governance Initiative. We have Impact Fellowship and a GGA pre-MBA program wherein people apply and we are looking for a direct fitment with our values. Schools want to make sure that whatever they have to offer, whatever their values are, whatever their mission is, whatsoever students are coming on campus, they align with those values. There is a fitment with it. So research your school. The actionable insight is maybe attend the webinar, if possible go on their campus as well and talk about it in your essays also, so that it shows certain level of seriousness from your side. If you're applying to Stanford, then the quality of and the detail of your essay will be different. If you're applying to Harvard, you cannot use your Stanford essays. You'll have to really tailor make it with respect to Harvard. Quote their elective clubs, quote their alumni. That will really help you to build school specific essays. With that we move towards the fourth mistake, which is around weak letters of recommendation. Weak letters of recommendation. Once again, people think that just because someone has a senior title, that recommendation letter is going to be super powerful. Absolutely not. Quality of a recommendation is very important. Just someone writing that it was very good to work with him or it was great to work with him is not going to make the cut. So you need to make sure that you make someone write a recommendation letter who has worked with you, who has the details. And once again, the actionable insight is reach out to people way more in advance, maybe 1 to 2 months in advance before your deadline. In fact, submit them the level of achievements that you have made in your work, because they may not remember a lot of achievements you have made, but you will remember. So submitting that will be a very good starting step. With that we move towards the fifth mistake, which is ignoring the optional essay. I always say that optional essay is a great way. You should not just ignore it just because it is optional. whatever vulnerability might be there in your application, mind you, nobody is perfect. Everybody has vulnerability, could be around your GRE, could be around your career gap. It is a great way for you to address it, own up to it, take accountability, show that I've learned from failure or I've built resilience from it. Talk about how your character has been built through it. So I do not suggest that you leave the optional essay vacant. With that, we move towards the sixth stage, which is rushing the application process. Admission committee can always sense if there are typos, if there are grammatical mistakes. Use ChatGPT in today's time, but do not overuse ChatGPT, because once again we'll do the same mistake as mistake number one otherwise. Today I tried writing on LinkedIn through ChatGPT, and I realized it just produces such robotic narratives. It is absolutely something that I can never imagine using. Similarly, do not do that mistake. Maybe you can feed into ChatGPT, fix any typos, fix any grammar mistake. And once again, a good guideline would be start 3 to 4 months in advance. Show it to your mentor, show it to your peers, review it time and again. And yes, those are the 6 popular mistakes that can make sure if you avoid them, you land in your top MBA school program. And a lot of you might already know, at GGI we run a GGI pre-MBA program that is targeted specifically towards professionals like you, so that you can build your profile. A lot of our GGI pre-MBA program have went on to study on full scholarship at London School of Business, have went on to study at Kellogg, have went on to study at ISB, multiples of them, and of course at INSEAD as well. And shall you be interested, you can check us out at globalgovernance-initiative.org, and of course share this video with your friends. Well, what mosquitoes are now coming in here, maybe that time of the day. But if you like this, give it a thumbs up, and of course share this with your friends so that it can help them too. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you very much soon. Ciao.